Few things are associated with metaphysics and psychic ability as strongly as tarot cards. For hundreds of years, the colorful and highly symbolic tarot cards have been used for fortune-telling, psychism, and magic. How many magical images are as familiar in mainstream culture as that of the gypsy reader extending her palm that it may be crossed with silver prior to a card reading? Over the centuries, the cards have collected many legends and superstitions. For the uninitiated, the cards have often become a focus of fear and misunderstanding, like the other magical arts. They have sometimes been outlawed and their practitioners persecuted. Indeed, the tarot's first appearance in history is in an edict forbidding its use. Yet the cards have also remained fashionable at every level of society, no matter how strongly opposed by repressive laws. Some believe that the tarot contains within it all of the secrets of the universe, that, correctly interpreted, the tarot is a metaphysical scripture, visual rather than written, which preserves ancient teachings of metaphysics handed down from the Platonic, Hermetic, and Pythagorean teachers of the classical world. This is a view with which we are substantially in agreement. The tarot cards are often thought of as mysterious and elusive, and so they are, and in no way more so than in their origins. No one really knows when tarot cards were invented or by whom, though people have advanced many theories over the centuries. Certain aspects of the tarot's history, however, are clear. The tarot seems to have made its first appearance in Europe in the 1300s AD. No one is entirely certain how it got there, and there are many different ideas about that. Some hold that the cards were brought to Europe from Egypt by returning crusaders, such as the Knights Templar. Others hold that the cards were invented in the aristocratic courts of Italy. Still others hold that the cards were carried to Europe by the wandering Romani tribes, with whom the tarot has always been closely associated. The earliest mention of the tarot comes from an edict of the city of Bern, issued in 1367 AD. The edict bans the use of the cards, but it is directed against gambling, not divination. The same is true of an edict banning tarot issued in Florence in 1376 AD. At this time, the cards were called by the name naipi, and they may have consisted only of the playing cards we know today as the minor arcana. The earliest description of a tarot deck, written by Frater Johannes von Reinfelden in 1377, describes only the four suits of the minor arcana. Similarly, the oldest surviving card deck, the so-called hunting deck of Stuttgart, because it is illustrated with a hunting theme, dating from 1420 AD, consists only of minor arcana cards. The major arcana cards make their first verifiable appearance in the early 1400s AD, with the Visconti Sforza cards providing the oldest surviving examples, also circa 1420 AD. It is widely regarded that the major arcana originated in the aristocratic courts of Italy, drawing upon classical and medieval ideas, not long after the introduction of minor arcana playing cards from the East. There is a belief that the major arcana and minor arcana originally constituted two separate decks. Anyone might own the minor arcana, which were disseminated as playing cards and used for gaming and gambling, hence the origin of modern playing cards. Only diviners owned the major arcana, which they kept as a distinct deck and added to their client's existing minor arcana deck when they did a reading. In this way, the most an ordinary person who owned the minor arcana deck could be accused of was gambling, while the diviner alone risked the accusation of witchcraft should their major arcana be found. When it became safer to own tarot cards, full decks comprising both sets of arcana were produced. The early major arcana, which were called triumphi or triumphs, hence trumps, were very different from the modern. There does not appear to have been an agreed-upon system of major arcana cards at first. Instead, symbols were drawn from many sources. Early decks include among their major arcana such images as the planets, the zodiacal signs, the seven virtues, the muses, figures from pagan mythology, etc. Some of the modern major arcana cards appeared from the beginning, such as the Fool. Others did not make their initial appearance until much later. In particular, the Devil card and the Tower were added to the major arcana during the era of the Reformation. The early major arcana also did not follow a set number of cards. Unlike the minor arcana, which has remained stable since the beginning at 52 to 56 cards, the major arcana varied considerably in number when it first appeared. Some Renaissance tarots may have had as many as 100 cards. Only over time did the major arcana assume its 22-card form prevalent today. As has been said, there are many theories regarding the origin of tarot cards and how they came to Europe. Each competing theory has both pros and cons associated with it, and there is, as so often happens in metaphysical history, no conclusive evidence for any of them. I favor the theory that the cards were brought to Europe by the Romani, if only because that is what I was taught myself. Playing cards seem to have first been used in China. The cards were often made from wood or ivory. Only later were cards made from heavy paper. From China, the idea of cards spread to India, where they were a popular pastime. It was in India that the Romani would first have acquired the cards. Like the tarot, the origins of the Romani people have inspired many theories and legends over the centuries. European Christians, who had no clue of the Romani's origins, often treated them as subhuman, categorizing them with Christianity's other scapegoats, witches and Jews. The Romani themselves often had no clue of their true origin. They did not identify themselves with a nation of origin, but knew only that they had always traveled from place to place. Today, through the miracles of anthropology and linguistics, we know that the Romani came originally from India, where their close cousins still live. They appear to be closely related to a number of Indian groups, including the Dom and the Luri. According to the Shahnameh, the Persian Shah Behram Gur imported a large number of Luri from the Hindu ruler Shankar, intending to use them as entertainers. Displeased with the Luri's nomadic lifestyle and inability to adapt to settled habitation, Behram Gur expelled them from Persia. They're recorded as having been present in the Byzantine Empire as early as 855 AD. From there, they seem to have moved into and through the Muslim world, perhaps as a consequence of the long, slow Muslim conquest of Byzantium. At length, they traveled up through Egypt, then crossed the Mediterranean to enter Europe in the 1300s AD. Because they came up through Egypt, Europeans thought that the Romani originated there and called them Gypsians, which later shortened to Gypsies. The supposed Egyptian origin of the Romani is the real reason for the long-standing belief that the tarot came from Egypt. And indeed, the tarot's form may owe something to